Hello, hi everyone. Welcome to another Spanish live lesson. This week we are gonna. So last week we learned some mnemonic techniques. So these were techniques that could use to learning languages, but they didn't need to be specifically to need Spanish. This week we are gonna go back to learning some Spanish basics. So this week is going to be how to say hello. Very basic, but very important lesson. So before starting with the lesson, we are gonna wait a few minutes until some more people join us on YouTube and Facebook. As always, keep in mind that I will be looking at your comments during the lesson. So if you have any question or any comment about the material, you can leave your comment there and I will try to answer it. So I see that there are some people already joining us. Lakin, Badro, Hola, Ahmed, Sara, Cody also, Eric, buenos dias. Ooh, I see that someone knows already what we are gonna learn this week. I hope that you can still learn some new things. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Brianna, bien, ¿y tú? Amani, hola. Oh, I see people already knowing more or less what we're gonna learn today, but we are gonna also learn some other things, so it's not going to be just hola, ¿cómo estás? So stick around. Ellie also from Australia, was from Brazil, Tailin. I'm sorry, I'm so bad at pronouncing the names. I never know how to. From Canada also, Justina maybe. Brianna, bien. Jay also, buenos dias. Mohamed and Pal, a lot of people. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining in. And I see also you are from all over the world, so it's amazing to see people from all places joining us here for this half an hour. From Jamaica also, Philippines, Lisa, hi. Thank you everyone for joining in. So as I said before, the topic for this week is gonna be how to say hello. Not only how to say hello, but also some other greetings. So I hope you're looking forward to it. I'm 2 weeks before, I think it was, we learned how to say thank you, right? I always think that thank you is if you only know a word in a language, that should be thank you. But I imagine if you want to know more than a word, then some greetings would be the perfect next step. So, I hope you're looking forward to it. Oh, Eric from Estonia. And he said that he's learning a lot. I don't know, because I see that Eric already knows quite a lot of Spanish, but I'm glad that you're learning here. Samuel is asking how often I use Spanish in Japan. Not very often, to be honest. It's more Japanese and English. And here in Japan, people don't speak English in general that well, so it's a mix of everything, like signals, Japanese, English. But in the end, you communicate somehow. So thank you everyone for joining in. So before starting with this week's lesson, I wanted to remind you of this offer. So Black Friday is we are extending the offer that we announced last week. So you still can get a huge 51% off for all the types of subscriptions. So for the basic, the premium, and the premium plus one. So don't miss this chance to get this huge discount, and you will have access to a lot of audio files, like podcasts and more videos, and also PDF sheets with a lot of vocabulary and phrases. So, like I always say, learning a language is something you need to do a bit of like every day. It doesn't need to be for a huge amount of time, but you need to be constant about it. So it's great that you're here for half an hour once a week, but you should also do like the rest of the week a bit of work. Like this is the perfect way to do it because you get a lot of material and for all different levels. So I see that a lot of people joining in. Lisa, yeah, I live in Japan now. Lorenz also joining in. ¿Cómo están ustedes? Bien. Espero que tú también estés bien. Well, so as I said, if you want to know how to say hello in Spanish, and not only hello, stick around, and after this lesson, you'll be able to greet someone in Spanish. Oh, also from India, Amol. Welcome. Suzette also. Hi, thank you for joining in. So, in this lesson, we are gonna cover the following topics. First, we are gonna see the basic greetings. So, yeah, hola, like most of you already know from what I see on the comments. Then we are gonna see the different greetings that we use depending on the time of the day. So that would be good morning, good afternoon, good night, right? Then we are also gonna see how to say how are you in Spanish, ¿cómo estás? But there are also some other ways, so we are gonna see that later. And then we're gonna see how to respond to a hello. So if it's the other person, the one that says hello first to you, how to respond to that. And then we're gonna see a little bit like about the body language, because this depends a lot between countries, right? Like, do you like kiss? How many kisses? Do you hug? Maybe you don't touch. Do you bow? Do you, right? Like this is so different and sometimes a bit awkward, like when you get to a new culture and you don't know exactly how to do it, right? So we are gonna see a bit of that. So we are gonna start from the basics, of course, some basic greetings. Like the most standard one, the most basic one, if you only learn this then, because it's the one you can use in most situations. It's hola, hola, and it would be translated as hello. But then normally, I mean, you can only say hola, of course, but sometimes you also use it like with these other sentences. So, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué tal? Would be translated as what's up. So sometimes you say hola, ¿qué tal? In the same sentence. Another way of very similar to ¿qué tal? But not formal, but well, maybe a little tiny bit is ¿cómo te va? ¿Cómo te va? Which could be translated as how is it going? In general, these three sentences are quite informal, but to be honest, like hola is such a standard greeting that even if it's a formal situation, you could start with hola and then like be more formal with the rest of the greetings you use. So yeah, very common way, hola, ¿qué tal? Or hola, ¿cómo te va? Even though you're like in English, even though you're asking like what's up, how is it going, is normally you don't expect the other person to elaborate a lot on that. So yeah, like in English, the other person would just answer fine, bien, tú, you, and that's it. Oh. I see Eric saying, I have a South American friend and he always says Oli or Olis. Yeah, that's like in Spain maybe we don't use it that much, but I like it's a cute. It sounds very cute to say Oli. Like I don't know, maybe if you are talking to a child or something like that. But I also like from watching some YouTube videos from people from South America. I've heard them like say Oli quite often. So maybe it's something that it's popular there. I'm not sure like in which countries in specifically or anything. But it sounds very cute. And I see also people here like helping each other. Like it's nice to see people commenting between them and helping each other to learn Spanish better. So that's very nice. So we saw the basic greetings. Hola, ¿qué tal? Hola, ¿cómo te va? Now we are gonna learn some other. They are also like very basic greetings, but they are the greetings that change depending on the time of the day. So first we have good morning. Good morning would be buenos días. Buenos días. So I see that when you learn languages, like they sometimes tell you say this from this time to this time. Good morning, I mean, I would say like from the time you wake up that, I don't know, there's some light in the sky, but I don't know if there's like a specific time from which you start saying buenos días. But I would say until 12 at midday. And then from 12 a.m. you would start saying the next one, good afternoon, which is buenas tardes. Buenas tardes. So yeah, this is the one that I feel it's more fixed, like from 12 a.m. You start saying buenas tardes, but then it's also a bit not very fixed, I guess, until what time you say buenas tardes. I would say when it starts getting darker, you start saying like the following one, which could be buenas noches. Buenas noches. Good night. With buenas noches, we use it both to greet someone and both right before going to sleep. And for me, it sounds more natural, like it's more common to use it right before going to sleep. So as a way to say goodbye more than a way to say hello. Like I don't use it that much with friends when I meet them at night. I would maybe just say hola than buenas noches. I feel that buenas noches is the kind of greeting that the waiter says to you when he comes to your table at night, you're having dinner or something like that. I don't know. That's the feeling I have. So for example, little cripple, it's saying duerme bien, who would be sleep well. So that's a very good like sentence to say after buenas noches. So it would be buenas noches, duerme bien. We also say descansa, which is rest. So yeah, thank you for that. So Eric is commenting a lot. That's great. So he's saying, buen día, me da una media luna para llevar, por favor. That's very professional. So he was also saying, buenas tardes, que termines bien el día, que termines bien el día. So it could be, I hope that you finish your day well. No, I know that there's another way to say it, but yeah, most. And then he says like buenos nachos. So instead of noches, he's saying buenos nachos. That's funny. That's funny. I like it. Thank you, Eric, for all your contributions. So yeah, thank you everyone for your comments and for telling more, for teaching us some more sentences and ways to say them. Some variations on the ones we saw before that you can use at any time of the day. So we have buen día, which literally would be good day. So buen día, it's you can say it all throughout the day. I don't feel it's that common. For me, it gives me the feeling that it's a sentence that my grandparents could say. I mean, it's not that we don't use it anymore, but I feel it's not that common maybe between young people. But yeah, it's still used. I mean, it's a safe one because you can say all throughout the day. So then we have buenas, which could be good one. And this is a very informal one, very casual. I feel that we use this quite often. So when you see someone just at any time of the day, buenas, ¿qué tal? Buenas, ¿cómo estás? So yeah, from these two ones, I would say buenas is more used, but it's also more informal. So see people. It's nice to see people talking between themselves, and I see them talking about apps and everything. It's nice, yeah. It's a good way to keep learning languages. And you can use them everywhere, right? Like if you are commuting to your work and everything, it's very useful. So yeah. Now we are gonna learn how to say "How are you" in Spanish. So let's start with it. A little cripple. Mi padre de España dice hasta luego como hola y todo el tiempo. Hasta luego. So little cripple is saying that his father says hasta luego, which is see you later, as hola, hello. I don't think that's very common, to be honest. Yeah, hasta luego is normally used when you are like you want to say goodbye to the other person, not really as a greeting, but yeah. So, Lawrence already answering how to say how are you in Spanish. Yeah, that's very nice. Ali, ¿cómo estás, mi maestra? So, how are you, my teacher? I'm fine, bien, gracias. That's great. People already like answering like the material we're gonna see before showing that. That's great. Thank you. So yes, Lorenz said, how are you? The informal, more used, common way is ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? And then if you want to be a bit more formal, so instead of using the form tú, you want to use the form usted, which is the formal you form. You would drop the S at the end and say ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo está? So I think I already mentioned this when we learned the present tense and so a little bit the about the formal you, usted, and everything. But I feel that it's getting less and less common to use this more formal way. Like you are. I mean, maybe my parents' generation, like it was very, very common to use it when you didn't know someone. Nowadays, even if it's a professor at university, maybe at first you don't really know whether to use this formal form or the informal form, but in the end, they even tell you like, don't use the formal form, use the informal one. I feel that it's getting less and less common, but anyway, it's good to know it. Like it's safer. I don't think people are gonna feel offended if you don't use it, especially if you're learning Spanish as a foreigner. But better be safe, right? So just in case, ¿cómo está? So if you are talking to a group of people, you would say, this is the formal way to say it, ¿cómo están? ¿Cómo están? If you want to be more informal, so maybe this one would be the most used one, you would say, ¿cómo estáis? ¿Cómo estáis? So those are the 4 forms, like with the other informal one. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo están? ¿Cómo estáis? So, ¿qué tal? So Sabina is saying that in Chile they say ¿qué tal very often, and in Spain we say it too very often. It's very common and informal between friends. Hola, ¿qué tal? I think we saw that in a previous slide, so yeah. Just to show report. So Lawrence is asking about the formal. It's to show respect to elders and those who you don't know. So maybe in a business situation, it would be safer to start with the formal form, since you don't really know the other person and the situation is quite formal. You want to show respect and everything. So okay. So now we are gonna see if you are on the other. You're not the one saying hello first, but you're the one being said hello to. We're gonna see how to respond to that. So imagine if someone tells you, "Hola, ¿cómo estás?" Hola, ¿cómo estás? So what we said before, hello, how are you? A way to answer could be very standard way. Hola, bien, ¿y tú? Hola, bien, ¿y tú? So that would be hi, good, fine, and you? And the other person normally would answer bien también, gracias. Bien también, gracias. O bien, gracias. A shorter version. So that's I'm good too. Thank you. Thank you for asking. As I said, normally when people ask you ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué tal? Unless they are very good, close friends, they normally don't expect you to really elaborate on that. So even if you're not feeling that well, it's sad, but it's common to say just bien, gracias tú. That's the way it works. But if it's a closer friend, of course you can start telling them all your problems, all the things that happen to you at work, at school, or right? But this is the most standard way. A bit different, but if you're answering the phone, you would normally say sí, sí, and that's yes. Also, another word you would use would be dígame. Dígame. It's tell me, literally, tell me. Sometimes we even use them together. So, sí, dígame. Sí, dígame. Also, another way to ask the other person is ¿quién es? ¿Quién es? Who is it? So if they are knocking at your door or whatever, you can say ¿quién es? Also, when answering on the phone, you can say sí, ¿quién es? It's maybe not that common as sí, dígame, but you can also say that. So, sí, dígame, ¿quién es? And now we're gonna see a little bit about the body language in Spain when you greet someone. So in Spain, the most common thing is to give 2 kisses on the cheeks. So like this. That's the most common thing. If you're a woman, you give 2 kisses, to other women and to men. For a man, it's not common at all, to be honest, to give 2 kisses to other men. But so with other men, they would either shake their hands on, like, give a half hug and a pat on the back or something like that if they are like friends. So that's like the most common basic greeting. I know that in some other countries they give, like, it's more common to give only 1 kiss or maybe 3 kisses or so. It's a bit complicated, like you never know, right? Like when you go to another country, how many kisses or how is it? But in Spain it's 2. So yeah, if you don't, in more formal situations, it's more common maybe to shake your hand. But even in formal situations between women, they sometimes give 2 kisses. But yeah, shake your hand is always like the safest option. For hugs, we see here the grandparents like going to hug their children. So yeah, in Spain we are quite, how do you say that, touchy. So we express a lot like how we feel with the touch, and it's, if it's part of your family or your close friends, it's common to give hugs also. Maybe not as common as the 2 kisses, but yeah, it's very common. Now let's practice. So you can see here 2 situations. Try to think of what these people would say and maybe try to leave your comments there and practice a little bit. We see the first one, they are all wearing suits, very formal. And on the other one, they are, that webcam is quite old. They are Skyping maybe. They are, so what? So we have Eric saying buenos días, mucho gusto en conocerle. So that's a very good one for the first situation, a more formal one. So buenos días, good morning, very nice, pleasure to meet you, nice to meet you. So that's a very good one. Here on the second one, we haven't really seen that, but you could say the same as if you could see them in person. So just hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? It seems that they are quite close to the person they are talking to, so any of these more informal greetings could be nice. And before wrapping up, I would like to remind you of the Black Friday huge discount that you can get. It's a 51% off all the subscriptions. So the basic, the premium, or the premium plus subscriptions, you can get a lot of material to keep learning Spanish throughout all the weeks. So audio lessons, more videos, PDFs with a lot of vocabulary. So yes, check the link in the description below, or either it's quite easy, write the link, so you can also type that on your computer or smartphone. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this week's lesson. And for next week, we are gonna see some treble phrases, so very useful if you plan to go to Spain soon. I don't know, maybe winter holidays or who knows. So I hope you are looking forward to that. Hope to see you here next week, and thank you very much for joining. Bye, hasta luego.